This is a mindful movement practice in lying if you wish to do that. So we're going to lie down either on a comfortable mat on the floor or perhaps your bed or maybe a sofa, whatever feels comfortable and will support you in this practice. So taking your time to find a comfortable position. And we're going to start with the knees bent and the arms down by the sides. Now, just being aware of your neck as you get into your position, your semi-supine position. So it might be that your head is tilted back a little bit. So bringing your attention to the neck and just allowing the chin to become aligned with the chest. Noticing how that feels in the neck. And then allow the arms to come down by your sides. Palms either down to the floor or on the sides, the hands on the sides, or palms up to the ceiling. Whatever is okay for you in your neck and shoulders, your upper back, and feeling the lower back and where it makes contact with the floor beneath you. And then being aware of the position of the feet, lined with the hips, and if it feels okay, closing your eyes, noticing how you're feeling in the whole of your body. Being aware too of the rise and fall of the breath, and that might be felt in the belly, the ribs, the chest. It may well be the side ribs or even the back of the ribs. Noticing all of these experiences. There might be quite considerable movement or very little, none at all in some of these areas, and that's all okay. Taking this moment to pause and tune in to what's here before we start to move, and knowing that as we do move, that you're taking good care of yourself. There's no competition, no striving, being with your body as it is. So next time, becoming aware of the breath and drawing the belly button down into the base of the spine. Sometimes it's helpful to exhale at this stage, but it may not be right for you, and that's okay. And then allowing the pelvis to return to neutral. 4 times, rocking the pelvis, feeling the sensations in the spine, the lower back in particular, but maybe right the way up to your neck and shoulders. And when you've done that 4 times, having a pause, a reflection, and then we're going to draw the knees to the chest. So if you can, place your hands around the knees, or you may well want to hug the knees. But if you can't reach the knees, you may well wish to just take the hands around the back of the legs, or whatever feels okay for you. And as you do that, you'll start to feel the sensations of the breath in the belly, rising, expanding maybe onto your thighs as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, sensing how there can be a little shift with the knees coming down towards you. So just having to play around with that. We're not forcing the breath in any way. We're not trying to deepen the breath. But notice how the body moves a little bit differently with the in and the out of the breath. And then it may be helpful to cross the ankles over or keep your knees and ankles together as we ease the knees from one side to the other, taking care always of your own body and what your body is able to do. It may be that you take this really gently and feel into the massaging sensation of the lower back. And you may start to take your knees a little bit further and engage the core. What does that feel like? What's it like for you on your shoulders and your neck? Are you whizzing, going fast from side to side, or are you going slowly? There's no right or wrong, good or bad. It is as it is right now. And then bringing your knees back to the center and allow the feet to find the floor or the surface, whatever it is beneath you. Having a pause and then taking your attention up to your shoulders. And we're going to keep the elbows on the floor, lift the hands, the forearms and the hands up off the floor and circle the wrists. One way. And then as you do that, you can start to lift the elbows up off the floor. So we're going round in a spiral kind of movement, coming up to the ceiling. And again, doing this as gently or as in big movements as you wish. So you might be taking up a lot of space or keeping it soft. It's entirely up to you. And then changing direction, noticing how that feels. And then easing that movement, the elbows back down to the floor. Resting the elbows on the floor and then allow the hands to float back down by your sides. You may wish to close the eyes, notice how it feels. Awareness of the breath. And then we're going to make some slightly bigger movements with the arms. So just allow the arms to come up to the ceiling and then if it's comfortable for you, floating behind. So you might keep your arms straight or you may well bend at the elbows as I do a little. And then lifting the arms back up and down. So there's no need to follow my speed. Going at your speed as the arms come up. See if you can find the floor behind you. It may be that you can't, and that's perfectly all right too. It's about sensing into your body. In particular, your shoulders, your arms, the hands, fingers and thumbs. You may notice a change in your spine, in your core. I can just feel my core engaging a little. So noticing if that's the same for you. And then wherever you are with your movement, making this next one your last. Bringing the arms down by your sides, feeling into the shoulders, arms, hands, fingers and thumbs. And then we're going to have a stretch. So I like to interlace the fingers, turn the palms up to the ceiling, lengthen through the legs, and feel into the whole of the body as the heels go away from you, your toes come towards you, really sensing into the lengthening sensation around the back of the body. Feeling what happens to the breath as you stretch. And then perhaps have a play around with it and point the toes away. What does that feel like? My toes find the skirting board, but just notice how that feels for you. Maybe doing that a couple of times, pushing the heels and pointing the toes. Being curious. What happens in the body? What changes can you feel? Does your breath change? Difference between the in breath and the out breath. And then when you're ready, allow the arms to come back down by your sides, bending the knees once more. And as we come to the end of the practice, closing the eyes if that's comfortable, having a moment or two of reflection, noticing if there's any changes you can experience in the body, heart or mind in this moment. What does it feel like to have paid attention to your body, to have moved with kindness, with awareness? And as we come to the end of the practice, thank you.